110 years ago, on May 8th, 1914, the first Mother's Day was celebrated. Today makes it 110 years. Well, if you haven't wished your mother today a happy Mother's Day, I don't know when you will do so. I hope everyone did so. Today, we are here with our episode 31 of KCCA Football Club TV, and I have two gentlemen who have decided to show leg. I don't know if today is leg day,
yeah,
but they are trying to show some meat. I'm the only one that is covered. Let me hide my small legs. But yeah, today we have a lot to discuss. We have KCCA Football Club the previous week, or this week that just ended. KCCA had a double game week against UPDF and against URA. Then next week, the season comes to a climax with a double game where KCCA is hosting Wakiso Giants and the final game against Maroons Football Club. This and a lot more is for us to share in the episode that is coming up. Okay, to start it up, we had a picture that we posted on our different social media platforms, that is X and Facebook. We don't usually put it on Instagram. And we were asking you to test your knowledge about the players that played for KCCA Football Club. And we said, test your knowledge. How many of those players can you identify? Those were players that we have who have played for KCCA Football Club. That was before a certain game, X. So go down to our different social media platforms on X and Facebook. And if you're not following us, click the follow button on Facebook and on Twitter, which is now called X. Yeah, let's dive right into it. My guests, usual faces. Yeah. I'm trying to ask, I'm going to ask who puts you guys here. Because the last time I hosted fans, you two were on set, Geno and Luwaga. First greet the viewers and then we kickstart.
Yeah, so is that from you or Geno?
From you.
Yeah,
so, go the other side.
So hi, I am Movezi Luwaga and I'm happy to be here. I can't answer that other question that you asked. I think this is like my third time to be here, so I'm excited to be here and back with the fans.
Then Geno is home.
Yeah, this is home. Good evening. I'm Geno Eric. I actually work here and I've been hosted in the KCCA FC TV show once before, and this is the second time.
So I think you just came out from office. You decided not to leave office today.
Exactly. Today you said this.
How does it feel to be where you work and then you're hosted? Geno, do you have a show you do on NBS?
Not really.
You just work here?
I have other shows I produce.
You
but
produce,
not
you don't
NBS
host.
Sport.
Then you should thank KCCA Football Club because it's giving you the platform to appear on TV.
Definitely. You never know.
Okay, I want us to start with the double game week that KCCA Football Club had. Of course, a 1-0 lead, a 1-0 win against UPDF to start with. A game that you felt KCCA wouldn't have won had it not been for the heroic double save for Mugolofa Mutwalibu. What did you make of that game?
I think it was a very good game. We turned up and showed up. I think we scored very early and then we became cool. We missed a number of chances at the beginning of the game, but those did not stop us from getting the 3 points. I think 3 points are always the dream for majority of us, the fans. So even if we are not in the title race at the moment, but we also want to come home and get entertained. So the game was quite physical, especially in the midfield. But I think we enjoyed ourselves. We tried. We had, I think, so many chances to score as many goals as we could, but we weren't able to. So thanks to the penalty, we were able to get a result from that game. So for me, I enjoyed myself. And also, I also think also the fans enjoy themselves because night game, home, and the result that makes us happy.
Geno Eric, a win against UPDF and then a loss against URA same week. Does this portray or picture the kind of season KCCA has been having, more so when it had picked up some consistency in the second round?
Not really. I wouldn't blame us for losing game to the last game to URA. What we needed was we did it at Namboy, and that was it. I don't mind about the current results until the season ends. And
what did you need? A win against Villa.
Win against Villa and end the season because...
Okay, so your season ended, you won your trophy.
Actually, our season ended and the last games are just preparations for the next season. So I didn't see much. Next game, I think the coach should plan to give those who haven't been playing. So I believe the boys gave it all at the Nambole game, and that was just to warm up.
But you guys, I think we need to have a discussion. You are the guys who are saying we are now on the title chase, title run. And then you say the win against Nambole was the trophy. So after the Nambole game, you didn't care. Because after the Nambole game, KCCA was 4 points below the table leaders.
True.
Though right now things have changed a little bit. Does that mean that after the Nambole game, Geno, you're a social media merchant.
Yeah.
So do you want to say the noise you're making on social media has false hope?
Okay, now here's the thing. There's being overly ambitious and having that hope, but there's also fact. So clearly we knew our season, we started badly. So all we needed was to finish at a good position. At the point when we're at a position where, yes, we know we started badly, and we only hoped for the title contenders, the three title contenders, Villa, Vipers, or Kitara to draw points, of which they failed to drop. So we said, okay, let's just win the Villa game and move. So even if we were to lose the last game, it's not bad. The current position is very okay for us.
KCCA started poorly the season, but shockingly, in the 27 games, we have 2 games left because there are supposed to be 30 games in a season. Because Arua Hill was dropped, was relegated after the first round, it means every team is going to have to play 29 games. With 27 games played, KCCA Football Club has won 14 games. And the only 2 clubs that have won more games is actually Chitara and Bull at 15. What was the turnaround for KCCA Football Club most after a very poor start of the season?
Yeah, so I believe the appointment of the new manager was our turnaround point, and I think we're able to win a number of games. If you are to look at our run before the URA game, I think we're the most informed team in the country. So I think the appointment of the 2 plus Coach Nelly, I think in a way turned our season around. So we're able to win a number of games, but also we drew a few games in there. But I think, unlike other teams, we've been winning our games. So either KCCA loses or wins. I think this one may have like 2 or 3 draws in there, but most of our games are either wins or draws. So it speaks to the kind of mentality that we've picked up ever since Coach Abdallah became our coach. So I think for me, I'm excited about next season, and that's if we're able to move through with how we have looked in the second round of the season. I think if we can replicate that next season, then I think we have a lot that we can give to this footballing nation.
I feel like you guys are talking about, I'm not talking about the trophy because we lost to URA. Had we won...
Mathematically, it's impossible now. We can't talk about it.
Of course, right now it's impossible because we have 45 points.
Yeah.
Bull, that is leading the table, has 52 points.
Yeah.
So even if KCCA wins the remaining 2 games, it can only take them to 51.
True.
So right now, the mathematics is even gone. Yeah. Whenever I'm on the show, my brother Magero Moses is the one that is always talking about mathematics. Mathematically, we still have a chance. But right now, KCCA mathematically, physically, spiritually, emotionally, we are out of the trophy. So there is nothing like KCCA can win a trophy this season.
Yeah.
And I want us to talk about that. Where, Geno, what should be the threshold of success for KCCA the coming season? What should be the bare minimum?
What I can say currently with the team that is Coach Abdallah set up, I think it's the team he got from the previous coach. It's really good, and I would say that we have had a long time without a trophy, and given the fact that this team is really good, and you see with the performance we had after him setting it up, it's only we need the mindset change from the players to believe that we're really good to take a trophy. So I believe that let's look at the trophy next season. Yeah. That's all I can say. There is nothing below that.
A double game week. KCCA completes a double against UPDF. That is, to list but a few, it completed a double against SC Villa, it completed a double against Vipers Football Club, a double against Gaddafi. Express couldn't happen. Do you feel like overall performance, KCCA, which double didn't KCCA complete and you felt it should have completed? We failed the double against URA, of course, yes.
Yeah, that's true, but I I think I'll choose the double against Express. I think we looked very bad in our game against Express at home. I think it's a game that we lost, and I think we didn't exert ourselves as much as possible. I think Ramsey Kawea and the team from Express really went ahead and took over the midfield, and our players did not respond well. So I think in that first leg, among the games that we lost under Coach Sergio, I think the game that I am so sure that we were supposed to lose, because other games I think we played well. The game against Bull we played well. The game against Nick we played extremely well, but we didn't get the result. But the game against Express, we didn't look good at all. So I think for me that's a double that I feel sad about, because in a way we lost at home, and it usually win at home against Express and lose away to them, or draw against to them away from home. But this time around this season we were able to win away at Wankulukuku and then lose at home. So I think for me that's the double that hurts me the most. But I think the doubles against Villa and Vipers cover that for me. So exactly. I am not hurt at all.
Actually, the double of the Express game puts in that point of, if we had won it, we would have the title. Yeah. Losing the URA one reached at a point whereby I feel like we didn't need it, because it was already literally decided amongst the three. One of the winners will come from it. So I believe that the one of Express.
Again, looking at the second round, you felt like KCCA still had a chance at the trophy. What is that one game that KCCA dropped points and you felt like it's where they lost it? Because mathematically, KCCA was still in the title race. What is that one game that you look at? Of course, looking at the second round, where KCCA has been more consistent, I will start with the 0-0 draw against Bull. Then after that, it dropped points against Chitara, which is a 1-0 loss at home. Then after that, it dropped points against the 2-2 draw against Bright Stars. So then also URA 1-0. So in the second round, KCCA has actually drawn 2 games. That is 2-2 Bright Stars, 0-0 Bull, and it has lost 2. That is yesterday, 1-0 against URA and 1-0 against Chitara. Which of those games do you feel like KCCA should have won? So,
like usually, I'll always put it like this: usually, to stand out as someone who could be a title contender, you have to beat one of the title contenders. So, losing to Chitara made it clear that we're not.
And drawing to Bull.
Exactly. So you could see that we had no chance. However, losing to small teams, the smaller teams can always bring that thing of, we just want to spoil for them. The party. But drawing to Bull and losing to Chitara, it clearly shows that we had no chance. So these last games that came in, it was just like, anyway, we've gotten the position we need, let's just carry on.
KCCA has played 27. It has the joint most, it has the second most wins. Of course, Bull and Chitara tying at 15 each. KCCA has 14, even with the poor run. However, it has the least draws in the log. It has 3 draws in the entire season. That is Rua Hill, it was 1-1, Bull 0-0, and then Bright Stars 3-3. It shows you that KCCA, even with those, it's only 1-0-0 draw. It shows you that KCCA scores the goals. True. And that's why it has 49 goals. Chitara has 43, who are the team that has scored the most goals. What do you make of KCCA's inconsistency in, because we drew but have very many losses. What do you make of the inconsistency in, we have the most goals but a very small goal difference? Yeah, so two things stand out for me. I think KCCA has struggled for almost 3 seasons with being able to win games where they are at the losing end. So most times when a team scores before we do, we struggle. I think I was shocked against URA where URA scored first and then we came back and won. That was at home. Yes, but if you to look at our record from the last 2 or 3 seasons, I think we've won almost 1 or 2 games where the other team has scored before us. So I think it's a mentality problem that we've had from the start. But also again, I think this season we struggled particularly with our defensive record. And that, I think that was rectified later on in the season with the changes in the goalkeeping department, the changes in midfield, changes in a number of departments, so we could be able to defend better as a unit, but also be able to not concede as much as other teams. So I think when Coach Abdullah came in, I think he realized that we were conceding way too much. I think the problem with Sergio was the fact that we were not, teams would get us on transition way too much. So even when we'd have the possession, but on the break would look so bad. So teams would score against us. So I think that made us bad as a team.
But if you look later on when Coach Mubiru came through, we've looked better in games where we've gone down. Sometimes we've come back to win them, or even draw. If for example, the game against Bright Stars was a comeback on our part, because we went one down and then were able to equalize, go back down again, and also equalize again. So I think there's a huge change in mentality in terms of how the team performs. So hopefully next season we'll have the same, that when the team goes down, we can be able to fight back.
Again, KCCA Football Club has used 4 goalkeepers this season. Juma Mutevi was a goalkeeper in a CAF Confederation game. Then we had Derek Ochan. We have had Emojong Anthony, who has been consistent, and we now have Mugolofa Mutwalidu. In under 1 minute, what did you make of his debut against UPDF?
Honestly, I didn't watch that game, but I watched the highlights. I would say they have a little difference with Emojong. You know, the beauty about it is lately we need goalkeeping. I mean, goal playing keepers. They play the ball playing keepers and they play the ball very well. So he was good at ball playing and everything. Like you see, when it comes to one-on-one, the saves he made, you clearly saw that this is. So I would say that when it comes to that department next season, the goalkeeping department is safe. As long as we don't do the shuffles we did.
Geno says the goalkeeping department is safe because the man who was between the sticks against UPDF, Mugolofa Mutwalibi, saved KCCA in the 91st minute when he made a double save to deny UPDF, and then later on hit the upright. And this is the man after the game, and this is what he had to say. Akoze debut ye aneyunga. Tuli wano ku kisaawe kya MTN Omondi Stadium. KCCA wewangudde omupiira goalo 1-0 nga tuzannya ttiimu ya UPDF. Omuzannyi Muhammad Shaban yateebye goalo ey'emu n'ayongerako ku goalo ze 15 z'ayina, kati awezezza goalo 16 nga striker oba top scorer wa liigi ya Uganda. Leero omuzannyi akoze debut aneeyungiddwako Mugolofa Mutwalibu goalkeeper, nga twagala kufuna ku ndowooza ye debut ye ebadde etya ne kyalooza. Mutwalibu, tukwaniriza ku KCCA TV.
Kale sebo nange ndi wa mukisa nnyo kubanga ndi wano.
Amaanyi nga matono ku kisaawe bwe bati bw'obeera kiki?
Amaanyi gange mangi, just eddoboozi engeri gye mbadde ndi mu kuzannya game ne cloud oba ogiraba okubanga ncommunicatinga bulungi mu kisaawe ebiseera ebisinga, so ovaamu nga obulago bwange bugizeemu. Naye nga ndi musanyufu okola debut yange olunaku lwa leero. Mbadde njetegekera ebbanga kuba traininga mu January, naye mbadde musajja mugumiikiriza nga mmanyi omukisa lulibo olwo omukisa gwange ne gujja. Tina kini Katonda aguleese leero era nyongera kumwebaza kuba mbadde n'olunaku weewaawo nga siruubi kusaidi yange, kubanga ebiseera ebisinga oyinza okusaba ffe tukola naye Katonda yasalawo.
Ogambye bakusayininga mu January, debut yezze kati KCCA esigaza emipiira 3 yakazanya epiira 26, tuba tusigaza emipiira 3. Debut ye eruddewoko gwe ng'omuzannyo olowooza eruddewoko ezze mu kiseera kituufu oba ekizze kyekize?
Nze kyensobola okugamba kiri kimu kyokka nti debut yange wegiddewo Katonda we yagitegekera. Kisobola kuwakanya ntegeka za Katonda kubanga n'aba Emojong abadde akola bulungi, which is okay. Abadde atwala timu maaso nga akola bulungi, so nze okujjamu okumureplacinga kibadde like kirabo kuva eri Katonda. Sirina kyensobola muwakanya nti oba debut yange eruddewo gwe guno omukisa gwampadde. Nina kumwebaza bwebaza teri kirala.
Wategedde ddi nti ogenda kukola debut yo? Wategedde leero nga tugenda kuzannya bakutegese oba kyabadde kintu kyoze omanyi nti ogenda kukola debut yo leero? Wategedde ddi nti ogenda kukola debut?
No. Bangamba immediately after the game for Villa. Bangamba because Emojong yali tawulira bulungi ekibegabega ne tubeerawo babiri n'Ochani. Ochani naye n'alwala mu training, then ne bangamba be ready ogenda kukwata omupiira olwokubiri. So netandika okuzimba obwongo bwange nga netegekera game eno paka kati. Era just kyenjagala kwebaza kocha antaddemu obwesiga okumpa omukisa.
Ezo save ebbiri z'okoze ng'omupiira guggwako gwe ng'omuzannyi kikuzaamu batya amaanyi oba owulira batya okubanga osobodde okuteeka KCCA n'ewangula omupiira n'efuna points 3 mu ddakiika ezisembayo?
Kya mwendo nnyo okubanga nsobodde okuba mu paati eyo, okubanga nsobodde okufiiranga eno ttiimu, kuba eno ttiimu y'amaanyi. Ekyo teri akimanya, teri akidawutinga. Kibadde ekyankizo nnyo kubanga nsobodde okwewaayo. Nsobola n'okwebaza babaka bange abanyambye kuba sibadde nzekka. N'ekirala nze kye nina mu mutima gwange, ninamu kiri ekyokkiriza nti omupiira gumala kunywa. Nendyoka nzikiriza nti I have conceded. Naye ng'omupiira tegunanywa, nze nwana paka omupiira wensobola obusobozi bwange obukoma. So kyova olaba nsobodde okulwana, Katonda nanyamba n'ensaving omupiira.
Kale weebale nnyo, katusuubire nti ne match eddako n'eziddako gwali mu ggoolo. Tomanya munnange debye ekuwoomedde?
Nze ndi musanyufu nnyo era ngenda kwebaka bulungi just ninze lunaku lwankya maybe esa lyange lyaliraga lunaku lwankya but I'm so happy.
Kale. Thank you so much. That is Mutwalibu Mugolofa, the keeper that has made his debut today at the MTN Omondi Stadium. Yes, the man was very happy that he made his debut, and wow, yeah, these are some of the things that every football player would love to have, to make your debut at a football club that has signed you. We are running out of time, so I want us to go very fast and read some of the social media comments from Facebook following the picture that we put up on our different social media platforms. On X, formerly Twitter, that is the picture that we put up, and we say, test your knowledge, how many players can you identify straight into Facebook? Let us see some of the comments that people have on Facebook. Yes, we have Josh Champion. He has named 4 players: Mugabi, Ochaya, Birungi, Masiko, and Ntege. That is the top fan on Facebook. Who do we have else? Josh Champion. Can we have someone else? Nabukera Flavia says none. I think I was still immature in football. Thank you, but thank you for being a KCCFC fan. We welcome all. We hope your football maturity will become top notch. AJ Sembatia says Mugabe, Mpuga, Masiko, Ntege, Birungi, Senkumba, and Ochaya. Okay, that's also a top fan on Facebook. Who else do we have before we go into the break? Katongole Felix, also a top fan, says Mugabe, Mpuga, Birungi. That is, I think I've read Katongole Felix, Ntege, Senkumba, Ochaya, and Dazo. Okay, AJ Sembatia has been read. He's a top fan. I don't know why we're having only top fans. We don't have aspiring fans. Sulaimani says Mugabe, Mpuga, Farouk, Senkumba, Masiko, Shaban, Kondo, Hakim, Ntege, Ochaya, Birungi, Waswa. I think he has named the whole 11. Okay, that's it. When we are going for a short break. When we come back, we are going to come back with the fan zone to hear what the fans had to say against when KCCA played against UPDF. And we are also going to come down and read your social media comments on X. Let's go for that short break. Don't you change the dial.
The daylight makes most things shine. With the right lights, everything looks bright. Gent brings the magnificence, elegance, and beauty of your home to life. Crafted to perfection. Detail and extravagance, leaving nothing to chance. Your dream home is only a switch away. Switch to the best. Gent Electric.
And the Uganda People Defense Forces Football Club. Basobola banja butubaniza ono okusawe kya MTN Mondi Stadium. Wagenda okubeera omupiira gwa Saturday Uganda Premier League.
Kwegamba linnya lintegeeza omuntu omwangu.
Yo kali yamanyibwa nti tekyakubwa. Era namboole abaaliyo mwena mwe bali kujja abawagizi naye abakiraba twasamba bulungi omupiira. Ali sitwaga kubeera akisumbifa ebina ebisooka.
Omupiira gwa leero nsuubira buwanguzi kubanga tuli ku foomu y'amaanyi. Abaami bano nabagulidde emijozi kubanga baganda bange njagala bafaanane bulungi babeere n'omutima omuggumivu mu kuwagira kanso.
Looking poised here. Shaban with a healthy slice of luck. That almost looked like it was going to be a little astray, but hits the upright and finds its way straight to the back of the net, sending the goalkeeper the wrong way.
Era we tuli so far buli ajja wano yena akimanya abazze mu kattiro. Naye nga season ejja amaanyi atagagenda kuba mangi nnyo.
It was a bit difficult for us, though we scored one goal. God helped us about that penalty, because like these guys, the way they were playing, it was really a tough game. But just we thank God about that. Yeah.
See Coach Abdallah, he's doing everything so good.
If I was a percentage, I would give him 90% now. He's doing very, very well, and we're proud of him. I think by next season, we shall do a very good job.
Nzira season we atandikira tetwali bulungi okusinzira omutendese yaliwo nti waye atamanyidde kifo naye okusinzira ono okuva twamuleeta season okujja wakati waayo tuze tukola bulungi ndowooza guno omupiira gwa mwenda emba sikoze ensobi oba gwa munaana nga tetusuula okulinga okusuula kwe tulinamu gemaliri ge twakakola geemu emu tulasimbayo kwa ne Bright Stars. Ndowooza omupiira gwa leero kale tegubadde mubi nnyo naye nga musajja butuzanya amakati ge twali tutasuubira naye nga kasobone tubujjeeyo obusatu.
I'm surprised and at the same time happy because at the beginning of the season we lost, I remember, I think 5 consecutive games under the other manager. But now I feel happy and of course so happy that we are on the right track. We appreciate our coach, Mr. Abdallah, and we know that with him we shall get far and better.
Tokera ddala nebaza Katonda olwa coach waffe, coach Abdallah, nti ekiseera kye yagiramu tiimu yali bubi naye olaba nga agezezzaako essaawa zino bw'otunuulira omuntu akulembedde liigi nti atusinga point 4 olaba nga aleesewo enjawulo y'amaanyi era abawagizi ba KCC ffenna gye tuli njagala okubagumya nti season ejja weewaawo eno bw'otunulamu kiganye naye essuubi tuli mwongere twongere okumusabira kooki waffe Abdallah twagala okukwebaza ffe nga abawagizi ba KCC ekyamazima tiimu we wagisanga tiimu yali ekola bubi nga tiimu eri mu mbeera nzibu nnyo ekyamazima twali tuluzinze emipiira 9 naye bw'olaba ekiseera kino tukubye abantu bafunye ku bulumi bwa KCC eyaddala eri gye twali tulabako KCC.
Abdallah Mubilu came as a surprise. We didn't see him coming. We didn't see that coming. But guess what? He's doing the right thing. We have so far won about 5 consecutive games, if I'm not mistaken. And one of them being the best that we had at Namble on 1st May, the test game against AC Villa. You saw what he did, the substitution when he brought in Herbert Achai, and you saw what Herbert Achai did to Osama Arafat as we got our first goal. So he's a master class. He knows the tactics to use, and we know that he will push us to the next level. Let's keep him around and see how it will be.
Jetuwagidde ebbanga lyonna essaawa zino vibe ebaddewo season bw'otunulamu kati mu nkomerero yaayo tiimu esamba bulungi tiimu ewangula emipiira nti n'omupiira gwegezezzaako ng'olaba esambye bubi at least tulwana ne tufuna obubonero busatu. Coach twagala okwebaza weebale nnyo twongera kusabira season ejja nga wooli tugenda kubeera mabegawo tukusupporting nga Katonda ye mubeezi waffe tukakasa nti season ejja KCC ejja kuwangula ebikopo ate si kimu si bibiri tusuubira ne Super 8 tujja kumuwangula.
So those are the thoughts of the fans. It was at KCCA Football Club TV. The fans have everything to say, and that is why I have here Luaga, the immediate right, and then Geno Eric, who was on pressure because of the Arsenal game.
I was actually not concentrating.
Thank God. Geno, I'm not bringing you back to the show. You're here on the show and not concentrating. Okay, I think now when you said the KCCA won the trophy against Villa, you weren't concentrating. Now, can you tell us the reality? Because then you were overtaken by the emotion.
I wasn't overtaken. All I needed was for us to win the game and finish the season on Sunday.
Arsenal
but I'm
fan,
now back as a
Arsenal
KCCA fan.
I think I need security. I can't be seated amongst Arsenal fans. Two Arsenal fans, one United fan. Anyway, away from that, I want us to go into the double game week. We play Wakiso Giants first at home, and that is the final home game of KCCA Football Club. Wakiso Giants, there is a game Wakiso Giants won. I think it was in the, if I don't remember, it
at
was,
home?
Yes, at
our
home.
home?
Yes.
No. They've never won at our home.
It was a 1-0 win.
No, I don't think so.
You need to check the stats. You need to check the stats.
They have ever won.
Oh, I could be wrong, but I have no recollection of them.
They have ever won 1-0 at home. So they come again this week as we wrap up the season. What do you make of KCCA Football Club that has, by the way, lost only one game in the second round at home? That was against Chitara.
Yeah, that's true. I think we played very well against Chitara, but were a little bit were unable to win. I think we created a lot of chances to win that game, but
yes, unlucky.
Well, yeah, we're very unlucky. Unlike you guys who think that we lost this league in the second round, I think we lost the league against Wakiso Giants away.
We don't think
that. Okay, for me that's my opinion.
We don't think, because it wasn't all lost.
I know that
in the first round. You had chance. Why I say that, you had chance. Had you won against Bright Stars,
yes, that's
right now
true.
you would be
That's
above
true.
Vipers that drew. Or
that's true.
Even if you hadn't won yesterday, so you
that's
still
true.
had chance.
That's true, but Bull and Chitara were hard games. But I don't think Wakiso Giants away was a hard game, because they had, I think, lost almost 5 games before we played them.
But they were unbeaten at home in the previous, I think, 4-5 games when we went at home. They were really hard.
And so I think we had a very good run, and also we had beaten Wakiso Giants almost twice at home in the previous seasons. So I think for me, I think that's when we lost the league. That's the moment when we were supposed, I think, to cover up a number of points between us and the Bull at that time, who are the league leaders. So I think when we failed at that, that's when we lost the league. So I think we need to revenge for that particular result when we play them next week on Tuesday. When it comes also to Maroons, which we are playing, I think, on Saturday, I think that for me, that's the game that I fear the most.
Finale.
Yeah, season finale. I think I fear
we are
Maroons.
going to talk about Maroons later on. I want us to tuvuga your speed. One step at a time.
He's talking about.
Let's just talk about Wakiso Giants.
Yeah, he's talking about Wakiso Giants where we lost the league.
You want to talk about only when you win?
No. I'm trying to give it that.
He's trying to run away from Wakiso Giants and go to Maroons, of which we also lost 2 in the first round, because it was 2-1.
I feel like we lost the league when we failed to reflect what we did during the Super 8. So when we came to Wakiso,
Super 8, not even in the Super 8.
No,
actually,
Super 8 had a reflection of this is how we are going to play. So we had that hope that.
But you struggled. If we honestly talk about Super 8, we won against Villa, but not convincingly. If you remember that game.
You see,
but Villa is a good side. That's why they're top 3. They're playing well.
You always
no, but this is talking about the Super 8. It was a game of we have not yet played any league club. So the first game, we clearly had something that the
it was against
was
Giants.
There. Yes. Yeah, the KCCA was there. Then we had the hope that when we enter the league, everything will move on.
We look better.
So,
and then
things changed. I don't know what happened. The player mentality was off. You could see that the fans surely had a reflection of the next 5 games. You got to watch, but you expect a loss, hoping for a win. That's how we win. So going into
but the fans became impatient. And
no, we didn't become impatient.
For the coach to you said the football was good, but it's not progressive.
Truth is, football is good when we get the results. Sometimes
but what do fans want?
No, we shall demand for the format
for the
of
good
play,
football.
But how long are we going to get entertained and not getting the results?
Geno, entertaining football, no results. Results without entertaining football. What would you rather settle for?
I would rather settle for
Please
the...
don't say both.
No, here's the thing.
Luaga is saying both.
No,
if you have to pick
no.
between the two.
Shall settle for the results, but question the coach.
True.
Are you going to sack a coach because he's getting you results and he's not playing entertaining football?
I'll question him.
No, but that has happened in KC. I think KC has a way in which you want to play.
It has an identity.
You understand? Yeah. So if you can't get, even if you win as a league, it'd be a big problem that you're not playing our way. So I understand.
At some point, the results may overshadow the playing style, because in a league like ours, if you're having 7 wins in a row and you are winning and you're on top of the table, are you going to be told, please, your playing style is boring?
I would give an example of URA and David Obo. He had brought in a playing style, but I think they were impatient with him and let him go. So they would have given him the time. However, I think Sergio struggled. There's sometimes also football moves with luck.
Yeah,
I think you see what Bayer Leverkusen, every 90 minutes plus they are winning. So that is, okay, luck moves with football. So luck wasn't on his side.
Was luck on our side?
I would say the coach. Because when they replaced him and brought in Abdallah Mobiro, you saw that the same players he brought are the players winning games.
Jackson Magera managed solely the game. He was on the touchline alone as the head coach against Vipers. That is the game that turned KCCA season around, because I think it was our first win at home, the 3-1 win. Do you think? Yes, thumping 3-1 win. Sorry, I was making it a small light win. Apologies. It's thumping 3-1 against the Venoms. Do you think Nelly, Magera, Jackson would have been given time and chance to manage the team till end of season? Or it was the right decision to let him manage one game and bring in Abdallah Mobiro? In
hindsight, we can say that I think the decision was good to bring on Coach Abdallah because we were playing well. I think if Coach Abdallah hadn't played well, most of us would have regretted the idea of not giving Coach Nelly more time, because when he had his one game, he had played well. But also when he had his time against, when he was at Villa, he showed that he was a good manager. So for me, I am happy that he's still in our setup. I think he's doing an excellent job, and I hope that the few coaches that we have at the moment can work. Okay, let me say 4, including the goalkeeping coach. Okay, there may be more. I was thinking about Felix and the goal and many other guys and Sakampion, but I think the setup that we have at the moment, I think, is ideal to take us in the right direction, looking at what we've had in the last few games. But I also agree with him. I think Sergio was very unlucky.
And also, like adding up to what he said about the Vipers game, Vipers game wasn't enough to decide whether he should continue. Remember, this is...
But he was alone.
No, this is a big game. It's like a game that every player wants to play. So the motivation doesn't come from the coach. It comes from inside you. You know the fans are watching, and we need this win. So that was all. I think you see the Villa, the away game, the motivation is... The coach actually doesn't need to speak to you. You need to motivate yourself. Okay, there is too much English here from this gentleman and too much analysis. But let us first check the head-to-head for the double game header. First, I want us to check the head-to-head against Wakiso Giants. That is KCCA Football Club has managed to win 4 times in the last 7 games, and Wakiso Giants has only managed to win twice. And they are both drawn once. KCCA has scored 10 goals, Wakiso Giants has scored 3. And if you look at the points, KCCA has 13 points and Wakiso Giants has 7. If we can get the head-to-head of Maroons as well, if you see, out of the 17 games played, Maroons actually has just 3 wins
which hurts,
and 3 draws. KCCA has 11 wins and KCCA has 36 points and Maroons has only 12. Wow.
Can I just qualify about the Maroons thing?
Yes.
Our first loss against Maroons was when Mole was our coach. Which was last season.
I tried to say about Mole.
I'm not saying anything, but we lost to Maroons twice last season. We also lost to them once this season.
Who has given you the permission to speak?
That's why I asked.
I didn't give you permission.
I'm done.
Thank you so much. But our women's team had a match today. And let us also first look at the table of the FUFA Women's League. And we see where they stand with 2 games. Luaga was trying to correct me. Are they 2 games or 1 game left?
2 games.
2 games left. Yeah. So that is the table. They have all played 16 games, and Kampala, Kawempe Muslim, of course, topping the table with 34 points. Kampala Queens second with a point below the table leaders, Kawempe Muslim. And you never know. If anything happens,
they're playing each other. So
they're playing each other.
In the final game of the season.
Now that is when you know who the big woman is, big man, who the big woman is, because we are talking about the women's football. And we hope and pray that is their game that they played today. Of course, they won 3-1 to push them to the. They were second, of course. It pushed them to 1 point below the table leaders, which is Kawempe Muslim. And we surely do hope that they can win the trophy. And our women's team may maybe bring us a trophy at Lugogo. Yeah. What do you think? With 2 games to go for the women's team, our women's team.
I'm very excited for them. Really,
I saw you. I saw your pictures recently. You were watching a game at
Lugogo. Yes.
Kampala Queens.
Yes, I think that was it was them and Doves. I didn't watch today because I was unable to. But I am excited for them. I'm really hoping that they bring the trophy home because they are our ladies team. And also I think for them to be able to win that, they have to exert or show that they're a bigger team against Kampala, and that I think is very talented and a very young team compared to them. So they need to win that game away in Kawempe. So if they can be able to win that game, then they'll be able to bring the trophy home. So we are supporting them and hoping them well, because that means they may go to continent. We won't be going, so come through and support them at the continent in case they make it.
Of course, they are women's team, and wherever they finish, if they win the trophy, KCCA, of course, Football Club will also have one through them. Geno, Eric, your parting shots as we close the show. Don't overtalk. You have less than 20 seconds, because I know when you start talking with Luwaga, you guys never want to finish.
Okay,
20 seconds.
I was really excited of this season, and I believe next season is our season. This was just a warm-up. We had a bad start, and
you guys even have warm-ups.
Yeah, we embraced the bad start and said, let it go.
Yeah. Curtain raiser.
And I hope, my last parting shot is I hope we don't do the reshuffles we did last.
Okay, who are you sending greetings to? Because I'm very sure there are very many people watching you.
Actually, there are very many, of course, but since it's Mother's Day, I send it to my mom. I love her so much.
I hope she's watching.
Yeah, she's watching.
Parting shots?
Yeah, so I'm quite proud of the KCCA boys in the second leg of the season. I think I was very disappointed in them at the first start, but they've done so well, so I'm proud of them, and hopefully that we can have the same moving to next season. As he said, I don't think it makes sense for us to release as many players as we did the previous season. I think it will just take us back. So I'm proud and confident of them, and I'm hoping that we can keep as many as we can, and also that can reflect into how we perform next season, because I think it's our season.
Thank you so much, and that is a wrap from us at KCCA Football Club TV. See you again next week, Sunday, same time, 8 p.m. Bye-bye.
Bye.